Hello everyone, today I'm going to give a sharing on a special chemical in our brain called dopamine. Dopamine is basically a key neurotransmitter, like a tiny messenger in our brain. It makes us feel rewarded, motivated and happy. And its regulation is essential to mental health. But too much dopamine can definitely lead to addiction. Activities such as music listening, meditation, drugs, alcohol, compulsive shopping, excessive gaming, and movies and sexual intercourse are all different ways to trigger dopamine. But what's the difference between these different ways to trigger dopamine? Basically, video games are engineered for dopamine release through achievements, levels, victories, and novelty. For example, when you are playing Fortnite, when you achieve a victory royale, which is where you come number 1 out of 100 players, you get a huge spike of dopamine. And I can tell you from personal experience that when I become that number 1 player, I get this huge burst of adrenaline and dopamine, and it feels so good. Because of this, many kids and even adults will keep on playing and find it hard to stop. They keep on repeating and try to get that victory royale again. Due to this, the dopamine spikes by 200 to 300% when you keep on playing for victory royales. However, this thrill fades quickly, and this is why most of the kids in my year level get even more addicted, because they love that surge and just keep on getting hungry for it and want more. And kids like these dopamine spikes because it's also like watching TV, which provides mild to moderate dopamine releases from plot twists, cliffhangers, and novelty. An example is watching horror movies. When you watch a scary movie and there's a jump scare, you get this huge rush of dopamine and adrenaline together, like when your heart races. And you can binge watch a new Netflix series, and each episode gives you a small dopamine boost because there's small cliffhangers at the end of each episode. We will want to watch the next episode, and this is not very good because we can become very quickly addicted, and it hurts our sleep, focus, and of course our health. It's basically a low effort, low spike, and not very long duration, a short duration of dopamine. And then there's listening to music, which is a powerful natural dopamine trigger, especially during emotional peak times in song. For example, when you're listening to your favorite chorus or you're having nostalgic song floods. And this also helps boost serotonin and oxytocin, supporting emotional and social bonding. So it basically is a repeatable, safe, and it's a moderate to high spike of dopamine. And it's pretty long lasting, around moderate duration, and it doesn't give that dangerous spikes like video games do. And the next one is shopping. And shopping is basically the anticipation, and you get those dopamine spikes from something new. And this gives you a really high spike. But it's not very good when you get the new iPhone 16 Pro Max. We are attracted to buy that. And then the next iPhone 17 Pro Max comes out, and we can never get enough. We want more and more and more, and we delve into that greed of buying and that desire of buying. This can trap us in a cycle of always wanting more and never feeling satisfied. So we need to try our hardest to be content with what we have and not want more. And then there's sexual intercourse, and that is one of the strongest natural dopamine surges. It can be highly rewarding but also extremely addictive. It's like a very short spike of dopamine, and this leads to an addiction where you want more, and more, like of course everything else. But unlike a good addiction, it's a very bad one, and it just wastes time, and it's not on the right path, and it goes against the Noble Eightfold Path and the precepts. And then there's meditation, which increases your dopamine slowly and very steadily. The PET scan shows that it increases by 65% when you're in a deep state of meditation. And that's not much dopamine compared to that 200 and 300% you get from games, but it slowly increases your baseline dopamine. So you might be a depressed person, but then you get a little bit more happier each time you meditate, and you stay happier for a very long time. And it also makes you feel calmer, kinder, and more focused every day. It is not like alcohol where you get this spike, but it's also not addicting like things like drugs. And it does not damage the brain and body. And sometimes people even lose control of themselves and hurt others. A person in Australia recently killed 4 children because he was high on alcohol and drugs. So it gives you that spike, but it is extremely unsafe, unhealthy way. And this is alcohol, and I'm not sure why people drink it in my opinion, but anyways, meditation and music actually also help improve your mental state, and especially meditation improves your baseline dopamine, and would definitely make you happier. And so meditation is really good because it doesn't only help make your mental state better and improve your dopamine levels, but it also pretty much makes you a better person to the core. It makes you more mindful, more aware, and overall it will benefit you in your daily life if you want to achieve success. And an example of this is it can also make you really calm. So recently I've been much calmer than I was before. And I've also noticed the effects on meditation on me, and I've been significantly more better. I've been extremely clean. My desk is extremely clean. My bedroom, I'm more polite, respectful, mindful, and aware. And this is because I practice meditation and Dharma in a very positive way. And overall, I believe I've become a much better person, but I can also see my faults more. I can see where I need to improve without too much ego getting in the way. Bante, I hope you're safe, well, and happy, and I hope all the fellows' families are safe, well, and happy, and I hope that everything goes well. 谢谢 Bante, 谢谢同学, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu.